thought would be the ones where Andrew has a better chance of winning.
Those will probably be harder.
Yeah.
It looks like this one's kind of hard as Dylan Donegan is grabbing he's grabbing every creature in the book, and I think Boswell is conceding the game. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. So we were going to update live totals but there's no need, because Dylan Donegan looks like he has won game number 2 here off the back of multiple copies of Master of Waves, and we are going to head to a third and final game here between the Boz and Dylan Donegan. And here's the problem.
Sleeves.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Boswell, yeah, I don't know why Boswell went from no sleeves to sleeves. I mean, this is kind of a dramatic move on his part.
It was a little chilly this morning, but not so chilly that you have to have sleeves on.
I mean, if you want to win, you gotta deal with the cold, and I think that Boswell was just really running really hot with those no sleeves. And look at Ben Friedman. Ben Friedman basically did not change his outfit from yesterday.
Not at all. You see him behind Dylan Donegan, still in a safari with that hat.
Still coming from the beach.
There must have been some sort of theme party that he went to. Not yesterday,
yeah.
2 days ago.
Apparently there's a crocodile-themed party in Crocodile Dundee-themed party in Baltimore somewhere that Ben Friedman just came from.
That's invitational runner-up.
Invitational runner-up Ben Friedman.
Season 2.
All-around fantastic player. Future co-star of the Weird Science remake with Jarvis Yu as well.
I'm looking forward to that Weird Science remake.
It's going to be good.
You and I.
Look for the Kickstarter.
Jonathan Morosky does win his match over Stephen Reed. He's going to play the winner of this match. Morosky playing Mono Black Devotion. So whoever wins this will be against Pack Rat and Friends. And we have another update here, I think, for our other match.
So
between
that's
Bowman and
Mono Black
Jessup.
versus either Green White or Mono Blue. So.
And it was Jessup who did win 2-0 over Jeremy Bowman. Jessup was the 4th seed, and we talked about that really briefly. Jessup had Nightfell Spectre where Bowman had Lifebane Zombie. Jessup also had 3 Underworld Connections and a 4th one in the board, too. So it looked like he was a little bit more geared towards beating the Mono Black Mirror. So we're going to have Danny Jessup play against Lloyd Kurth on one side, and we're going to figure out who Jonathan Morosky is playing against after this game.
Yeah, so basically 3 Mono Black decks make it on to the semifinals. It's good. Interesting. Yeah, it's good. It's a good deck. Solid deck. Thoughtseize, Pack Rat.
I bet that the people who were preparing for the Pro Tour didn't know that. So thank goodness.
So if you're playing for the Pro Tour, good thing you're watching. You found out that Thoughtseize and Pack Rat is a good combination.
Thank goodness.
And it'd be interesting to see, you know what? I have to say, if Boswell's able to make it advance to the semifinals, I think he's probably pretty excited at the prospect of having to play against Mono Black twice, because I think he's okay with that.
He feels like his deck is good against every deck. Actually, excuse me, great against every deck except for Mono Blue.
And the other good thing is, since he's the 3rd seed and the 1 seed and the 2 seed both, I think Kurt Lloyd was the 1 seed.
Lloyd Kurth is the 1 seed.
So Lloyd is the only other person, because the Reed lost.
Yep.
So Boswell will be on the play if he advances next time. So the green-white aggro deck will be on the play in the semis if he makes it. And then the finals, he has the potential to be on the play again if Lloyd loses. So Boswell's in pretty reasonable shape if he's able to advance here, but he's still got to get past Dylan Donegan and what's probably his hardest matchup in the tournament.
I think almost assuredly. This is the one deck he did not want to play against in the top 8. There were 2 that did make it. Again, Ross Merriam out of it. Dylan Donegan still in it. Game 3 going to be underway here between the Boz and Donegan in just a moment. Big thing here for Boswell is that he's on the play for Game 3. I don't think he can really ask for much more.
I think he's got to be happy that he at least got to Game 3.
Yeah.
Because Game 1 obviously is going to be a rough one. Game 3, he's on the play and he gets his sideboarded card. So hopefully they're able to carry him to victory, but it's going to be difficult.
Looks like both players have kept. Looks like we're going to be underway in a moment. You can see Boswell's hand. He's got 2 lands. It's a Manic Influence and a Mutavault.
Yeah, that you could tell he wasn't too excited about this keep. Yeah, he doesn't have a 1-drop, and it looks like he doesn't even have another colored source of mana other than Mutavault. So not a great keep here.
No, there is a good card in his hand.
Yeah, he's got the combo that he was talking about in Skylasher and a Johnny, it looks like, but I don't think he has a 3rd mana.
Donegan not going to attack into the 2 mana. Players have each other's deck lists.
Yep.
So Donegan knows that he has Skylasher in his deck. A heads up play. That 1 point of damage certainly may not be worth it. Better off to keep the devotion.
Yep.
That Judge's Familiar does provide. So.
Oh, okay. So good news for Boswell. He did have a 3rd land. It is unfortunately another mana confluence, but he's 1 step closer to getting that Ajani into play. We can see if that combo works out for him.
He's going to take a couple of hits here from those lands.
Yeah, and this is, you don't want to be taking damage from your lands against a deck like Mono Blue Devotion.
Not so much, but I mean, there's a big deal here that, you know, Donegan didn't have a turn 2 play, so he's not really curving out very much, so he's not really underneath the gun at all. And if Boswell's able to draw a 4th land on time, he can undo the damage he's taking with the Steadfast plus Skylasher combo.
Yep. So we'll see if that pans out. Let's see. Obviously, Dylan, if a Thassa comes down here, that can be rough, but let's see what kind of turn 3 play here. Yes, he's going to attack for 1, so Boswell goes down to 16.
See what this is going to be. This is the big turn here. It's going to be a Thassa now. That's obviously very good, but what's important here is that Boswell gets to get 4 points of damage in with that Smiter.
Yeah, and I believe Dylan did have a Tidebinder Mage.
Yeah.
So, but I think what his plan here is turn 4, he wants to go Tidebinder Mage, Frostburn Grid, and turn on Thassa and attack. So he's going for maximum damage here. He's willing to take 4 because he thinks he's ahead in the race currently.
Yep.
Obviously not knowing about the Ajani in Andrew's hand, but it doesn't look like Andrew's going to be able to cast it this turn.
It's an attack for 6. Donegan's going to go down to 12. You see Boswell at 16. Boswell with nothing to play, just going to pass the turn back. Does have a Selesnya Charm at the ready. This, by passing the turn back with this mana available, green-white, as we know, it's a flash deck. There are a lot of tricks available up to and including Skylasher at this point.
Yeah, and I like that Boswell just passes instead of playing the experiment one.
Me too.
It basically forces Dylan to think about, okay, what could he have? Does he have the Skylasher? Can I not attack with my Judge's Familiar now?
This looks like it might be a Tidebinder Mage, maybe. It's going to be a Frostburn Weird to start. Now it's going to be a Tidebinder Mage. That comes in. Smiter gets locked down. Thassa's online. Here's an attack for 6. What the boss does have is Selesnya Charm. He's got to take 2 to get that Thassa off the table, but that's big.
Yeah, he gets rid of the Thassa. Unfortunately, he's going to go down to 11. And Dylan has 2 creatures left back, so and his Boswell's Smiter is locked down here.
He needs to land right now.
There it is.
There's the land.
All right, so let's see. Is this plan going to work out here?
Yep. Here's Ajani Steadfast. The plan here, as we know, is that you plus the Ajani, you target the Skylasher, you get in for lifelink, and then the Skylasher's back on defense. That's the game plan.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like Dylan's going to be reasonably going to be able to attack the Ajani because Ajani's loyalty's at 5 currently. So let's see if Boswell's plan works out. And he's right, you know, Unflinching Courage probably isn't as good because of it doesn't give us a creature vigilance.
Yep.
So let's see if Boswell's plan works out for him. Wow, so Ajani making an impact here. +1/+1, first strike, vigilance, and the all-important lifelink.
This is the 1-2 punch. Again, you talked to him about this. We were wondering why you had a Ajani Steadfast in the sideboard. This is the exact reason. The combo between this and Skylash, I'm using combo pretty loosely. But look,
Mondo combo.
Look, it's working.
Yeah.
Or at least it looks like it's working.
The boss thinks outside of the box. He does.
That's what you got to do.
You can't walk around the streets wearing sleeveless T-shirts thinking like a rational person. Boswell here, he's got everything. This is exactly what he was talking about when he was talking about beating Mono Blue.
You see Dylan, and then we can pan to Boswell. He's just kind of sitting here, you know, with his hands folded, and he's just waiting patiently, saying, hey, this is what, I'm a Skylash. You have no good attacks, right? Like, if he sends them with everybody, it's either, you know, I'll block your Frostmourne or I'll kill one of your creatures.
And all you're basically doing is getting back some of the life that he gained last turn.
Yeah. Here's some mana for Donegan. He did play a Mutavault to his land for the turn.
Yeah, Dylan needs like a Thassa here. And the other thing that we haven't mentioned is I think Boswell has an Archangel in his hand as well.
He has an Archangel of Thune. Now, Donegan does have an answer in his hand.
Oh, yeah, he does have
with hybridization. So that one's not going to end the game. And now Dylan, he's at it.
He's done. I don't want to deal with this
I can't
combo.
believe I'm losing to these 2 cards.
I love that he just straight up walks away.
He just doesn't ask the judge.
It didn't even feel like he wanted to ask the judge a question. He was just so frustrated that he just left.
Like this. I'm going to go down like this.
This is how I'm going to lose?
Yeah.
Archangel Flyer, Pro Blue Creature, that's it?
I do want to know actually what happened game 1, and hopefully we'll actually have the opportunity to talk to Boswell about it, just because it is very difficult for, even though Green-White was on the play, it's very tough for him to win game 1 in this matchup, play or draw.
Oh, yeah. Well, the thing is, again, in all likelihood, either the Mono Blue deck just got mana screwed or mana flooded somehow, or Boswell just got a really sick curve, and his opponent didn't have a Tidebinder Mage.
Okay.
Experiment 1 into Fleece main line into Smiter.
Yeah, just
and
beat
then
down.
a Johnny or something,
just giant
or
beat
add
downs.
into the worm, like that can easily do it.
All right, Dylan Donegan. What's the game plan, my friend?
Yeah, he's not out of it. I mean, Andrew's board position is pretty good, but it's not like he's not out of it. Like,
No, he's I mean, we have a lot of. I mean, I feel like we've got at least 3 turns left to play.
Yeah,
we've got some game to play.
Master Waves, Thassa, but all those cards are still live here for Dylan, I think.
I believe we're going to see. So the 4 mana is for domestication. All domestication to target is the Lockstone Smiter.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that the thing you have to think about is he's going to try to attack with everything and then maybe hybridization the creature that he blocks. So then he gets a 3/3 that can block the Skylasher, because Johnny only gives it +1/+1. So if he has a 3/3 frog, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I believe I don't even think Boswell has a pump spell anymore because he used a Selesnya Charm.
All right, so here's the domestication on that. Now let's not forget, the Johnny gives, not only does it give +1/+1, but it gives lifelink and first strike.
Yeah. So I think what Dylan's plan, I think Dylan was thinking about attacking with everything and then hybridization one of the creatures that he blocks. But now he wants to actually, it looks like he might want to hybridization the Smiter.
Yeah,
but it looks like he forgot.
Yeah, so he forgot with the investigation trigger that Boswell's going to get that back. So this Johnny plus Skylasher combo has just thrown him off in a big way.
Yeah, because plus like you said, it gives it first strike anyway. So, but here comes the Archangel. So it kind of works out for him because he was going to use the hybridization probably.
Wait, I mean, he's got to use the hybridization now.
Yeah.
As now Archangel's going to come in. Boswell to take some to do it. Here's a Rapid to take care of that. Now what's actually big here for Boswell is, he wants that creature.
Yeah.
That creature's nice to have. So Token's going to come into play.
Especially because Dylan used the domestication already.
Yeah. And now, of course, the Skylasher is going to come into the red zone. It's a 3/3 with first strike and lifelink and vigilance.
The only thing about playing the Archangel there is that with Dylan taking the Lockdown Smiter, obviously he forgot to hybridization it before he lost it. But if you're Boswell, you kind of have to figure what's going on here. Like, why else would he do that?
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes, but I think that it's still okay because I think Boswell's all right with, like, you probably made an error and you have a rapid hybridization in your hand, but like you rapid hybridization my creature is still cool. Like him still getting a 3/3 frog laser is fine on this board.
The only problem is that like you basically take 2 damage to do that, and you leave yourself tapped down because like you have Mutavault, maybe you want to represent tricks, but yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it's probably still pretty fine there.
Boswell going to organize the mana. But Johnny's elevator is going up yet again.
Yeah, we could get an ultimate.
I didn't think we'd see that today, but I do generally enjoy that Boswell's just like tapping at Skylasher. This again, attack, gain some life. Are you just in the hardest of locks? I mean, he does have a Mutavault to block with. That's really it. Boswell's going to play an Experiment 1 in a Plains. He does have the Mutavault back there, but Donegan doesn't really have a way to get through this because Skylasher on offense and defense, and now an extension of the hand. So the combo that Boswell thought of does work, and he defeats Dylan Donegan. What is probably his worst matchup in Mono Blue Devotion. Green-White slides through, and just as you mentioned a few minutes ago, he might be very happy with what's left in this tournament. It's 3 black decks.